Welcome back. Let's now get you some updates on the trade negotiations between India and the US. Parikshit is joining in with more on this. Parikshit.
India and the United States continue to negotiate a bilateral trade agreement, but there is no clarity on whether this deal can be achieved by year-end. Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal has already said that trade agreements have many diversified angles, many dots have to be connected, and we do not negotiate deals with deadlines. While Deputy USTR Rick Switzer and Assistant USTR Brendan Lynch are in New Delhi for talks with Commerce Ministry officials, any final decision will be a larger political call. The decision will have to be eventually taken by President Trump and Prime Minister Narendra Modi. While negotiations have been in advanced stages, both sides are yet to reach a common landing zone on the average tariff rates. While India has made a very good offer, which USTR Jamieson Greer has himself spoken about, it is President Trump who now has to sign off on it. In fact, Mukesh Aghi, who's the president and CEO of U.S.-India Strategic Partnership Forum, he told CNBC TV 18 that the recommendations have been made to the White House and the recommendations have gone earlier as well. And therefore, President Trump must now take a decision. However, Trump's message on raising tariffs on Indian rice and USTR Jamieson Greer's remarks about India resisting imports of raw crops, meat and dairy indicate that the White House may still be pushing for more agri-exports as part of the deal. And this is likely to complicate talks which are in the final phase. India has mounted a multi-pronged offensive to convince the US about the trade deal. Regular talks are on between the USTR and the Ministry of Commerce, the Ministry of External Affairs and the State Department, and also between top officials in the Indian government and the White House. The Indian ambassador to the US is also regularly meeting US lawmakers to drive home the point that the US-India partnership is extremely important for both nations, and the India energy trade with the US has increased 70% year-on-year and will only increase further.
All right, Parikshit, many thanks for those details. And the markets will keenly be watching what comes out of this India-US trade deal. But the Sensex and Nifty firmly in the green, the Nifty at above 25,850, slightly off the high point of the day. But the broader markets doing much better, mid-cap about 0.8% in the green. And the private banks doing really well, leading the charge from the front. But with that, it is a wrap on this edition of Business Lunch. From Horaz and me, goodbye and many thanks for watching. Mid-cap Radar coming up next.
"26 years of CNBC TV 18.